This is the Geeked Out Show, whether car collecting, toy investing. Geeked Out Show got the blessings crazy. This is the Geeked Out Show, whether comic book reading or anime watching. Geeked Out Show got the options crazy. We all here, it's your one-stop shop. We geek in, we geek out, 24 on the clock. What if your comic?
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Geek Out Show. We have special guest Chris from D13 Toys here to promote his already successful Kickstarter, Biblical Adventures.
Yay!
I also have my OG triple OG, Seth down here.
What's up, everybody?
And basically, he'll be running the show tonight like he used to. So I'm going to do a little geeky background check and get to know Chris, and then we'll talk about his Kickstarter.
Let's start with that. I got my Bible with me today. You know what I'm saying? All good vibes. It's Sunday. Right? Everyone's just getting out of church. Hopefully you're tuning in. We're going to start with geeky background check just because it's our religion over here. And basically just want to see, what got you into toys, collecting toys, eventually making toys. With the Geek Out Show, we kind of have sections. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll start with comics and collectibles. Mm-hmm. Growing up, did you collect comics or toys at all?
Pretty much had toys my entire life. Yes.
Okay.
Started out back. I'm a 76er, so I was an 80s kid.
So you were through the 80s.
I had all the good toys.
The whole nine, right?
G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Thundercats, Mask, everything.
Nice.
TMNT, everything.
What about Ghostbusters? Did you get in Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters. I had Ghostbusters. I had everything.
Let me ask you, favorite. Do you have a favorite toy line growing up? Which one stuck out the most?
I will say this. It's a kind of a two-part answer. G.I. Joe is my favorite because I had many adventures with my G.I. Joes. It's a close tie with Star Wars. But later on down the road, when 25th anniversary came out and they had that whole, revival of G.I. Joe, 3 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
I got on that hardcore. I was collecting that like crazy. I had the Collectors Club stuff, Target exclusive, all that stuff, right?
Oh, nice.
Back in 2019, made the sacrifice. Put it all up on eBay. Made some crazy money, and that money started going into the Biblical Adventures.
Okay, cool. So we almost got like an origin story.
That's right.
So, what about comic books? Were you into comic books at all, or?
Yeah, comic books were high school. I was say about 92, 93, and then after high school, after school, I go to the shop, go hang out, get the new stuff that I have on pre-order. That was all the good stuff, man. That was beautiful stuff.
You grew up in the time right before me. The time I wish I grew up in, I was late 80s, so you were in high school by the time I was.
Yep, it was right before Image started. So you had John Byrne, Chris Claremont, Jim Lee, McFarlane, all them at Marvel, and then going over to Image. So it was a great time.
Yeah,
a lot of covers to collect.
Yeah, you can't, and the resale value on those wasn't too good, but you made all your money on the Joes anyway, so you're good.
Yeah.
What about anime? Do you get into anime at all?
Yeah, that was probably, when was that? That had to have been like late 90s, mid to late 90s.
So you moved with the show, you started.
Yeah, because that was when it was on Adult Swim. A lot of times, that's what I was just catching. So Naruto and Cowboy Bebop, again, all the good stuff, all the good classics, That also included things like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Sea Lab 2021 and all that,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sea Lab was one of my favorites. That was a good
show. You want the mustache on or off?
Man, Fry, what you doing, Fry? But yeah, actually, I met him and I did my meatball impression. The guy who played Fry, he was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
They have a movie out on Netflix, I want to say, or Hulu.
Oh yeah, I had to check that out. Is it new?
Watching it recently. It was all right. It brought me back a little bit, It took me back.
So maybe after the podcast, we'll all watch it together. But yeah, man, I movies and TV shows. It's pretty much the same Star Wars?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
I was on that Disney Plus subscription, when they first offered it for the super discount.
I think you passed, but I definitely would like one obscure fact about you. One obscure. This is new. I'm putting a little spice on it on the geeky background check. Just want something you like. You like to collect.
What's a guilty pleasure thing that you like in the nerd thing, like in the nerd realm?
My Little Ponies. Are you a brony?
Brony. I'm definitely not a brony.
No. Okay.
Good. Wow, that's tough, man.
I'm sorry.
That's tough. I mean, I'm into a ton of stuff, so that's hard to say.
A nice addition.
Yeah, I can't.
Something weird. Like I collect boxing gloves. Not a lot of people know that about me. Yeah.
Like used boxing gloves or just types?
Yeah. I just like take them off people's hands and smell them. I'm kidding. No signed ones like Mike Tyson and some of my favorite boxers. I don't think I've ever actually revealed that. So
I don't know. I've never heard that. How many pairs do you own?
I have 5 right now. Five.
Probably pretty expensive to come across.
Boxing gloves. Yeah, they get expensive.
I don't know, man. I like selling Girl Scout cookies. I don't know. What do you want me to say? My daughter sells
I have a
Girl
question
Scout
though. What's that blue and orange thing way back there on the back shelf behind you? It's been catching my eye since we started talking. That thing, yeah. What is that thing?
That's Miss Monster.
Okay.
Melita Surfy. I don't know if it's Surfy or Curfy. It's Curphy. She does a lot of like kind of masks and stuff in resin and statues, and that was like her very first plush that she did. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I gotta get that, and I got it.
She did the Mythic Legion shirts, right? The design.
Yeah. She did a couple of those shirts. Yep. So this was a number of years back. Yeah. So I just always kept it. My kid, man, that's had to be like, I don't know, 7 years ago. So my kids liked it too. And they like stupid things like that. Like they're not scared. They don't care. so then I just took it back.
That thing has been catching my eye since like since we started talking. I was like, what is that thing?
Yeah. That's a good thing about this day and age. Being different is cool now.
Yeah.
Back in our day, it wasn't so much.
You had to hide that you like played Magic cards and stuff like that.
Right?
Hold on, let me. There we go.
Oh damn! That's a whole ass thing.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It almost looks like reminds me of like my
pet monster.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of too. Mixed with like a Digimon or something.
I'm
right.
Trying to think if it had the date on there.
That's really cool.
Oh yeah, it does. I just can't read it because my contacts are so strong.
That's like right up Seth's alley right there.
2013, 10 years ago.
Some random indie toys.
Wow, man, 10 years old.
That's awesome.
It's cute. It's very soft. It's very well done. To be honest, I'm like very impressed with it.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
He's got little hairy ears.
So he collects those things.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
That's
his dirty little secret. He likes monster plushies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we all know why we're here. So let's hop into the Kickstarter goodness here. Let's
definitely
get to the top. I'll scroll through the Kickstarter. Go ahead and
I was just gonna show off a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. I do too.
Oh, you got some too?
You're not alone.
What are those?
My Pet Monsters.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. It's Yiplet and Yaplet.
Huh.
They're pretty cool.
When did those come out?
Around the same time as the old ones.
Those are vintage ones?
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. I don't remember seeing those.
I remember having the big one when I was a kid, and he had the handcuffs with the chains coming down and everything, or the manacles.
Yeah, they got their cuffs.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
But I think they came around the same time. They're just a little harder to find.
Yeah, I've never seen small ones like that before.
Yeah, they're hand puppets, so they're pretty cool.
That's cool. That. Yeah, you got blue all over your hand now.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe
I guess that's why you don't put your hand there.
Okay, so we've talked to a lot of people about their Kickstarter, a lot of action figure Kickstarters.
Right.
I probably had
a hand in half of them.
Right, and I did one myself, to Futurist Combat Soldiers. Worked on that. So I understand how difficult it can be. I understand how stressful it can be. So we're gonna not only, you know, a lot of people, you probably done 4 or 5 interviews already about your Kickstarter. What's different about us is we want to kind of get to know you a little bit and kind of lead up to what made you get to this point. And then we're going to talk about your Kickstarter and tell everyone why they should back it. All right.
Yep. Sound good.
Cool. So, Matt, do you want to start it off or?
Yeah, so Chris, like I was talking with Chris, he's been in the industry for a very long time now, and he's worked for multiple big toy companies. If he wants to shed any light on that, he can. I'm sure he already has through multiple interviews. But so it's cool to see what someone who's been working like behind the scenes on action figures for years on other people's projects and ideas, and seeing what they have in their own mind and seeing what they bring to the table. So that's really interesting, and that's what kind of drew my eye. Not to mention, I met you at Legions Con last year, and you gave me a free pin, and I was able to just kind of look around your whole table and see all this stuff. Like, you have all these already ready to go. You already have the prototypes. You already have them, like, you know, your handmade models ready to go. So that's something that you don't typically see from a lot of Kickstarters. Usually they're just like, here's your concept art. Once we get some money, then we can like start putting up some prototypes and stuff, you know, not until it's backed. So to see somebody already have put in this much effort and money and time into something that might not even come to fruition. I mean, obviously it already has, but before you started the Kickstarter, this is just all risk, you know, it's all on your back, and you were able to go this far before you even got any kind of funding. So I find that insanely, not only inspiring, but just awesome. Like, that just says a lot about you and what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that goes back to the G.I. Joe stuff. Like, that money is, you know, is being used for doing something like that, because obviously there's materials and time and labor and everything that go into this.
Investing in yourself. So did you sculpt all these? So
I had started sculpting the body back in like 2017, somewhere around there, 2017. Yeah. When I had more free time. And I got to a point where I wanted to do everything myself. Now sculpting, normally when you sculpt it a 2-up, so you can put more detail in there, and then the factory will shrink it down. But we're also making this change over to, you know, to digital. You know, it's been getting heavier and heavier, everything, you know, digital now. And I was just like, no, I want to do it. But the sin of pride, you know what I mean? It was like, I had to eventually get myself to that point of like, stop being an idiot. You need help. You know, you're never going to get it done. So eventually got the body, we scanned it, we cleaned it up, tweaked the articulation, and then everything else was digital. All the heads, hands, wings, accessories, everything was digital. Digital's great. I want to learn digital. I just don't have time. But,
So you're more a traditional sculptor.
Yeah. But I'll make that change eventually.
Yeah. When did you start sculpting?
Back in high school when I was collecting comics.
Okay.
Because I actually, or right after high school, I was working in a little comic book toy shop near my high school. And this guy came in and he wanted, I was doing a custom. I was just making a custom for myself. I was taking an animated Batman and I made it into an animated Space Ghost. And it was just cut off a couple things, little putty and stuff, you know, and then had a figure. This guy came in and saw it and he wanted more. He wanted a whole bunch of them. So I just started doing a whole bunch of customs for him. And then after that, I started doing like for 12-inch, like dragon bodies back in the day. I was doing like heads for those. So I was doing heads, then I started doing busts. So it just kind of just developed from there. So it's been a long time of sculpting. And then eventually I was talking to the two guys at NECA, Randy and Kyle, and I was like, I want a job, but I had to get better. I had to increase my my abilities. So Kyle helped me out a bit, and then got my first gig there, and that's how I got into the industry.
Right. And when what was your breakthrough into the industry?
Just getting in front of them, and that was in 2007.
So you started with NECA?
Yeah. And the first thing I did was Scut Farkas from A Christmas Story.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
Right,
it's still one of my favorite pieces.
If you have that in your collection, Now you know. That's the
my-
man who did it right there.
That's my first one, head to toe.
I have a
That's
quick
awesome.
question. What was it like meeting Randy and then so on and so forth to meet the Four Horsemen? What was that like the first time you met these guys, like these big heads of the toy companies?
Yeah, I mean, it's always like, rock star. It's like you're talking to somebody who's the, face of a company and into all this stuff. And obviously easier when they were smaller, just got to fight a handful of nerds. Now you got to fight a room full of nerds,
Yeah.
So, but that's why I always, like, everyone knows me. Like, I make myself available as much as I possibly can because I love this job. I love what I do. I love the people. I love what we put out. I love that everyone loves what we put out. Like, if somebody wants to talk, as long as I'm able to, I'll talk. I don't care,
Definitely.
I love chatting with people, and everybody knows it.
Awesome. That's why we got you here today. Curious, why biblical adventures? Why religious figures? You could have made anything you wanted. You went with,
Slightly
with these.
controversial.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is trying to figure out something that hasn't been done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I kind of was just thinking of things and I thought of this and I looked into it and I'm like, there really isn't anything out there. And this is part of my, background too. So I was like, all right, like maybe I could do something with this, but it has to be serious. Can't be like a jokey thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, I just started looking into it more and developing it more. And then again, it got put on the side and then got back to it. I found my old notebook and I had all the stuff written in there. I was like, oh, good. I don't have to do all that again. And started delving into it more and just researching more.
Mm-hmm.
Things about like the tabernacle and the characters, like a lot of details so I could put it into the figures.
Yeah, like almost like the history of it, you know.
Yeah. And so it definitely developed from that. And I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things, just meant to be.
It's definitely cool and it's definitely different, right? Because it seems like everything's been done, except for these.
I have a question. Where did you draw your inspiration for the looks that you ultimately went with? Because we know there's lots of depictions for people throughout, biblical scriptures and things like that, and everybody has a different thought of what, like your Jesuses.
Yeah,
you have multiple different Jesus, but why? How were you able to come to like one final, concept for each character? Where did you draw your inspiration from?
Yeah, I mean, on the on some of the images on here, and a lot of it is on the Instagram. I do show kind of a lot of the artwork that is based off of, like that one with the demons. That's artwork in Italy, and I was there at the Duomo, and on the ceiling it has this huge painting of hundreds and hundreds of people or characters. And it was just like wow, I got to use that. That's amazing, Okay.
In Italy, there's a lot of religious paintings. I went to the Vatican, and I thought this wasn't from the Vatican.
No, this would be in Florence.
Florence, okay.
Yeah, I went to Florence and Rome, and definitely the Vatican. The artwork is insane, but like that Duomo is just like one big ceiling, like a rounded domed ceiling. So it's like you can go up there and walk around there. You know what I mean? Like you can really get up close and personal. Can't do that at the Vatican.
No, they didn't even let me take a picture inside of the Vatican. I had to like sneak it.
Yep.
Hopefully God forgives me, but
So a lot of the stuff's based on artwork that you may have seen before, or or not, but it's still artwork somewhere. Okay. Some of like the red devils and the gargoyles are just kind of, is what it is. It's based off of the other stuff.
It's like you took the pig face, made them more devilish, and then you added the extra heads to give you some more options.
Yeah, I mean, you got that general red devil appearance that, whenever you think of devil, you think of red. You know what I mean? So I just thought somebody had mentioned this about making like red devils, and I was like, yeah, let me think about it. And I was like, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I'm going to do that.
And I love that you're taking like feedback and input and like actually implementing it right into your line and stuff where you can. Obviously, you're not gonna, throw everything to the wind for one suggestion, but where you can and where it fits, you've actually, gone ahead and implemented it.
I also like the fact that he did do, a black Jesus and a white Jesus, and He didn't just you didn't just go with your beliefs or
right. I mean,
stuff like that.
I've had people bring it up when I showed the first figures, the very first figure, and they were just like, "Oh, you're going with White Jesus, huh?" And I'm like, "I've been showing this stuff off for the last year and a half. If you want to go look, you can see there's a Black Jesus coming. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, no, and then that's just really cool, man. So I think what you're doing is not only different, but you're also considering everyone's feelings,
Right.
And stuff like that. So it's really cool. I like this Force Ghost Jesus.
You mean spiritual Jesus?
It's funny. There's enough figures out there that's like this.
Soul Society Jesus.
There's like an Iron Man that's like blue. There's of course the Force Ghost like Obi-Wan.
Hologram Jesus.
So now you can add this to your collection of blue transparent figures.
Yeah.
What I think is cool is, so I grew up and I knew a kid who his mom was very religious, and she wouldn't let him play video games. She wouldn't let him play with toys. They were all
we all knew that kid,
right? And these would have been a little late now probably, but these would have been perfect for that kid who has that super religious parent who's like, no, you're not playing with that devil stuff.
Yeah.
You can play with this. So
there's you can coax your parents to get you the devils because Jesus needs somebody to fight, obviously.
Right. I just want to banish them, mommy.
Yeah.
But exercise the demons from them, mom.
Right. But it's cool, man. It really is a cool thing. And there's not just the action figure collector market, but I feel like there's the religious market too.
Yeah, that market's been a little harder to get into. There's obviously like the Christian bookstores and things like that. But I've been trying to promote it, especially like on Instagram, on a lot of the religious pages. Because again, it's more of an educational thing. It's fun and educational. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely harder, but I also know a lot more people in the toy industry. So, it's easier to hit those people because they already know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to get buddy with like one televangelist, and
I know,
just one.
Yeah. You know how impossible that is.
Well, I know there's one you can just send money to, so maybe you could try him.
Hey Matt, let's start at the top.
Okay,
can you bring us to the top?
Yep.
Yeah. Bring us to the top. So his initial goal was 80,000, and you got that goal. You beat that goal.
Yep, got that half
by about 10,000 now. 560 backers. 10 days to go. Let's go down a little bit.
We got retailer orders coming in too, so like I could take that and put it in.
And
it's on the side, because it's not going to show.
Not going to do that though, right?
Well, we did with the Futures Come Out Soldiers, we did something similar where we had our pre-orders from Big Bad that were tacked on at the end. So
did you do it on the actual Kickstarter totals or just on the side?
We did it. We added it to the Kickstarter totals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it necessary?
Yes.
Okay, to like hit your numbers.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. As long as I hit the funding.
Yeah,
all that stuff's gonna stay off Kickstarter because I ain't giving 10% to Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's definitely smart.
Yeah.
But 80K, where we're at, we're fully funded. It gets you, Jesus Christ, Divine Mercy. I'm sorry. It gets you the Black Jesus, the African portrait, right? With all these cool accessories too. You're getting the fish, you're getting the bread, you're getting everything you read about. He's walking on water. White Jesus ain't walking on water. I'm just saying. No, I'm kidding.
I actually had a question with the bases. Are the feet magnetized or anything? Or
no, there will be a peg on the base. I just didn't have it in the actual prototype. Yeah, and it's kind of annoyed me. I was like, oh, I forgot to put that in.
No, I get it. But like that's what I was wondering because I wasn't sure because it just looked flat. So I was wondering, is there like some kind of magnet going on here, or is it gonna like just stick to
it'll be one peg. I don't like it when there's a lot of pegs. Like I understand why there is, but I like a clean, you can use it in a kind of diorama type thing.
You can shoot it from any angle and not see pegs and things sticking out of it and stuff. Yeah.
So real quick, just a quick question. Well, for one, I just want to bring up the fact that cloth goods, amazing, right? Two, some of the accessories, like, you know, obviously not the hands and the feet, but some of the other accessories can be used, to, you know, with other figures.
Yeah. These are in scale with like Marvel Legends and GI Joe, but like you can use some of the stuff even like Mythic Legions, depending on what you want to do.
We're gonna go down. We got John the Baptist, which
Disc.
this is a really cool figure, and I feel like you can almost do a lot of customizing with this.
Yeah.
Just, you know, with the, especially, you know, with the fur coat.
Add what you want.
And that's really awesome. And, you know, one of the more obscure religious figures, right? Jesus is a must, Lucifer is a must, but you know, that's pretty cool. And I think it appeals to more than just you know, the religion.
Right.
As far as that one goes. Saint Michael.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, we got to use this in like a cemetery scene," and you know, different ideas just because of the way it looks. Right? Yeah, people love this one.
Oh, and that's what I love about. I think that's what I love about this is just that it is versatile. It's not. People need to just please don't get so stuck on the fact that it is religious action figures, right? Just don't get stuck on that. And if you are into the religion, cool. I mean, because it is there, right? He got the history as the art that he used from. You go down a little bit, you can see the actual statue, and the history. He tells you the history on it and everything. So, you know, it's just really cool. We're gonna go down a little bit more. He has the Angel Army Builder, which is that's super cool. Just because, you know, you can use angels for almost anything. There's a lot. You know, Constantine. If you have a Constantine figure, you can.
Those wings too. Those wings too. They articulate at the top, like they kind of swivel. But I'm also working on where they come to the back, so that they can kind of articulate. You know what I mean, like that too. So they'll have like you know, flapping and then the up and down
hinges.
Swivel. Hinge and swivel.
Nice. So that's really cool. And there's other skin tones for the angels as well. And then the Demon Army Builder, Pigface, really cool.
He's really definitely cool. One of my favorite. When I saw him in person, he caught my eye. Him and Michael were definitely like eye catchers. I had to stop and be like, "Whoa, what are these?" Like,
I love the way.
I was like, "I've never seen these before. Who's this?" Like, what's going on here?
Right. And then once again, something universal that you can use for, you know, not just a religious collection.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's the first wave. We reached the funding goal. You're getting these 6 for sure, for sure. Now we're gonna get into. So now we're getting into stretch goals, correct?
So book 2. Then you have the 2 packs, which are available also for, you know, definitely available.
These are available now.
Yep. So these are available now. You can just, you know, order these out, right?
Yeah, these are not part of any book, you know, all in or anything like that. And a weapon set. You
know, we got the Red Devils, which is cool. The weapons pack.
And the weapons pack again, pretty universal. It could be used for a lot of different, you know, other characters.
And then we got, you know, the spiritual Jesus.
Yes, spiritual Jesus.
You need this in your collection of blue figures. For sure. Oh, it's a Kickstarter.
Is that the Sacred Heart in his hand?
Yes.
Okay.
So Kickstarter exclusive. Don't want to miss out on those, right? Yep. So you're not going to make that no more, right?
Right.
Okay. Because I've seen people say Kickstarter exclusive and then like they release it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I may have some extra that I order and then I sell like at a show or something.
But other than that, that's all the only way you can get it. So you want to jump on that one.
Yeah, and it won't be at retailers either.
Definitely want to jump on that one. All right. So book 2, you said is unlocked.
Yes. Yeah. So we went and unlocked that definitely.
Nice. So he already unlocked book 2. He didn't even make y'all work for it. So let's get these numbers up. Make it at least worth it, you know?
Yeah. I figured, you know, retailers were coming in and this offering more selection is going to be good to get the numbers going. So
and we'll probably hit them. Yeah. We'll probably hit these anyway. So
yeah.
So he's just
and you got some good stuff here
looking
too.
Out for you. Yeah. And I like another demon builder, different head sculpts, right? You always need that.
Different weapon too.
Awesome. All taken from the artwork, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We got the light skin
Mm-hmm.
army builder. And
again,
then
just to have a good, cheaper option. You know what I mean? Keep it simple.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and plus you want to have like different ones. Army builders don't always have to be the same exact figure, right?
Right.
Sacred Heart Jesus. This one's pretty cool.
I like that one a lot.
I like this one. I think this is going to be the one I end up getting just because I like the contrast of colors.
Yeah, definitely.
Saint Michael the Archangel.
Definitely the number one figure.
Yeah, this one sticks out to a lot of people, so we'll spend a little time on it. Once again, I think it's those colors. I think that the contrasting colors really make it just pop, and then the sculpt kills it. You killed these sculpts.
He's got over 700 likes on Instagram.
Wow.
I like the two different head sculpts too. That gives it quite a bit of variety right there.
Yeah, I figured that head is
characters.
Yeah, that head is already open from the statue version, and I was like, let me paint it up realistic and throw it in there.
Okay.
You know,
nice,
smart.
Same thing with the sword too, the curly sword.
Yeah, I like the cloth good. What was that, scarf or tabard or whatever?
Yeah, you know what? It's different in different artworks. Some of them it's like more like a cape, and some of them it's more like just a freestanding kind of a wraparound. Yeah, so that has a wire in it, so you can pose it up.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that you thought of that too. It's not just falling on him.
Yeah, right. I mean, because at that scale, there's only so much you could do with the fabric, and I'm like, you know what? At least if there's a wire in there, you can kind of play with it and pose it out. You know, give it a little.
Yeah,
more
if there's going to be cloth goods on figures, I like if there's a little bit of wiring in at least the parts that would be affected by wind and so whatnot.
Yeah,
right.
And especially in hoods with the hoods, because if you have the wiring inside the hood, then you can shape it to the head and make it either come down low or come back just a little. You can make different looks. Yeah,
he's got the wire in his hood. I need to. This was a sample from the factory, and I need to kind of tighten it up and clean it up a bit more. But it's pretty good.
Pretty cool. I mean, you can have him choking down demons with his little cloth and stuff.
I like this one. This one reminds me of like a monk. Like if you put like a different head on it, you could go with like a monk or something.
Yeah, well, he's got the bald top too, so he's
a friar, a friar.
The friar cut.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, that's cool. And
the little baby.
Yeah, a little bit Christ child. I would like to get to a St. Christopher, obviously, but we'll see.
Right.
Moses, elder version. I like this
one.
He's got his tablets with English on one side, Hebrew on the other.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like both of these head sculpts.
I'll put my glasses on for that one.
Yeah.
Once again, like these head sculpts, I feel like I can pop on a few different.
Right.
You can use them for a lot more.
Oh yeah, this bald one would be like a great Captain Nemo on the Mezco or something like that.
Yeah, it probably would fit pretty nice.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I have to grab a Mezco figure.
I don't have that Nemo body, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that like
that
a
looks
little
cool
gold,
without the robes on too? That's
like a little golden idol or something like that?
Yeah, golden calf. Yep.
Gotcha.
The younger version right here. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, that's the same one. There's a younger version coming.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, when you like take the robe off and then put the different head on, it almost makes them look like quite younger too, though. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's just an alternate portrait. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's like almost two separate figures.
Yeah.
In that case.
Yeah, I'm gonna get mine custom with some tattoos. I
think. Hardcore Moses.
Right. Right, and we haven't even really gotten into the customability of these things, but you can really swap and kind of play with them a little bit and really kind of. These are fun figures, man. You really got something here.
Thanks.
For sure.
I did throw up something new last night. So that's just the extra parts. And then wait a minute. How come it's not up there? Oh, did I not save it? Oh shoot.
Okay. So
you know what? I'll do it right now. Hold on.
There you go. So live.
We'll be the first one to see it.
Exclusive.
I deleted it. I deleted the other picture and I put up the new one, but it's not up. I don't know why.
Geek Out Show exclusive right here, right now. You're about to see.
All right, hold on. Let me download it and save it, and I'm gonna put it up there real quick.
All right, so book 4 here unlocks at 160,000.
Yeah. Yeah. So book 3, 125. Book 4, 160. You can kind of see. Book 4. I'm wondering if book 3 is what you didn't upload, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now.
He's doing that now. And you can kind of guess. We got some more.
I'm so bad though because I put it up there and it just maybe I didn't save it.
We got some more demons.
So here's what the finished set should look like. Correct? When all
so that's
books are
all
unlocked.
Yeah, that's all the tabernacle parts. The high priest comes with the Ark of the Covenant, and then the rest of them would be part of the book 1, 2, 3, and 4. Book 2, you get two.
That's awesome.
You get the
That'd be a
tables.
nice little setup right there.
You know what? People have been asking about buying it as a set, and that may open up. If we put it this way, if we get through all 4 books, I may just offer it as a set.
What would you be looking at charging for? I mean, like just off the top of your head.
No idea. I have to figure it out.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I was like, that looks like it might be a little pricey just because you got a lot of pieces there.
Yeah, I need to really kind of think about it.
And then you're breaking it up from all the different figures too. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, luckily only one figure it would affect because the rest just come as a bonus part for each book, so that's okay. So it's really just the high priest that is affected by it.
Well, don't give his part. That way you have to buy the high priest.
or it comes with the high priest. You know what I mean?
All right. Where you at? Can you go down a little bit more? Or
yeah,
we're at the. All right, go past all that. Keep going. All right. So, this kind of gives you a breakdown of what's funded and what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
I know I seen a Lucifer. Did I see a Lucifer somewhere or no?
Oh, which one?
Did I see a Lucifer somewhere or no?
Probably at my table.
Probably.
Why don't you
no, I think he alluded to the Lucifer figure on another stream he was on.
Why don't you refresh the Kickstarter now?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see if this works.
All right.
We'll find out right now.
Yeah, there you go. All the way back down. Let's see, scroll up.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
Boom. All right.
There you go. Geeks Show exclusive. Get in here first.
So this is book 3 unlocks. You got Roman Soldier at 125.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Lucifer of Liege.
Yep, that's the
at
statue
130.
version.
Jesus Christ Solomon portrait.
Yep.
At 135. The Roman Soldier 2 at 140. Young Moses at 145. And Shroud of Turin, Jesus Christ at 150.
Yep. Hey, Chris. Hey. Hello. So yeah, so those are
everybody's coming back from lunch. Time to wrap it up.
What's that?
Did you have trouble getting in with your key?
Which key? The electronic?
Yeah.
No.
It gave me a house.
Awesome. I mean,
Oh,
dude,
no, it was fine.
You guys are seeing behind the scenes at Horseman right now.
Right. That's how it goes. That's a nice little, nice little lineup. The Roman soldiers, I mean.
Rick, you've been like back in every Kickstarter lately, haven't you?
If you go down, we even go down to the add-ons.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He has a bunch of blank bodies, which
for the customizers.
For the customizers and just in general, I mean, you can use these bodies for any figure.
Yeah.
Not just
anything
a
that fits
religious
within
one.
Scale.
Yep.
Right. So that's awesome.
No, I have seen them in person, and like you said, they are a lot smaller than the Mythic Legions. They're more on par with the body size of a Marvel Legends, or like a little bigger than most import figures.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's just trying to keep it because Mythic Legions is intentionally larger because they're more kind
definitely for the bigger gladiators and stuff.
So just trying to keep it in the standard scale,
So go down a little bit to packaging.
And it makes sense because these are like humans. They're not, and
right.
From ancient times, they're not like jacked up.
And you got your bases.
Yep. And then the packaging is really cool. I actually got a prototype of the packaging. It's a different color because it's a prototype.
I do think the packaging looks great.
Thanks. Yeah, it was something I developed, and I was like, it has a nice hardcover, like a hardcover book, and the page will have the intro and the bio. So the only thing that's going to be different
your logo looks great on there too.
Yeah, I know. It came out cool.
Nicely.
Yeah, it's fun developing the logo and the Biblical Adventures logo theme as well. Because I was like trying to come up with an idea for a company name, and I was like, I came up with, I think originally it was something like I know a guy or something like that, like NOAH, know a guy. I know a guy because I always know you need something done, I know a guy, you know?
Yeah.
But it was just too like wordy. And then I just did two things. Like D was for dragon, because that's the year I was born, year of the dragon, and 13 is my lucky number. And I like the way the one fit inside the D. I was like, D13. Yeah, that's it. There we go. That's it.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
that's
just
cool.
played with that and developed it.
So here you can see the scaling with other figure lines.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of right there at that G.I. Joe level, Marvel Legends kind of level. The body looks like it might be a little like quite bigger than the articulated icons, and that's what I would compare more to like the import size figures is like the articulated icons. They're smaller, kind of more true 1/12 scales. So Chris's is a little bigger than those, kind of more on the Marvel Legends 6.2 inch.
It's like a scrawnier Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It looks good, man.
Thanks.
You know, that's pretty much the Kickstarter in a nutshell. We definitely want you guys to obviously go look at it yourself and kind of, you know, and definitely back it.
Yeah,
I did have some questions for you, Chris, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Getting into them. So I've heard people asking for Buddy Jesus.
Yep.
Does that go against what you were initially trying to do with the comedy aspect of it, you know, taking it more seriously?
I wouldn't know one way or the other because I'm pretty sure it's a licensed item and I would not touch it.
Yeah.
Unless Kevin Smith wanted to say, hey, Chris, you want to use this for free? All right, sure, I'll put it in.
Right. Okay. All right.
We got to petition Kevin Smith for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's off the table.
Right. I've also heard, I'm pretty sure there'll be some customizers out there that could definitely work that out. Sure. I've heard Zombie Jesus, you know. On the third Sunday, you get Zombie Jesus. Is that
resurrection?
Something? I never thought about it. I probably wouldn't. It would be interesting.
Okay. All right.
I have to get a new head sculpt.
Zombie Jesus wants faith.
Last Supper diorama piece.
I had thought about that.
Too much?
I mean, it's hard to say because then you need
you need to make Judas.
12 new heads. Yeah.
But with all these blank bodies,
right.
I mean,
if somebody was to custom make heads, then
I can see that coming to fruition, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, let's get this all back, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
I think something cool maybe later to think about would be like maybe little stained glass windows, like just like a stained glass window with a certain character or so that you could use like in a diorama. Right. Or maybe like little altars, or just kind of like the way you did the golden calf. Maybe make the what was that one that they used to burn people alive in, that big golden calf? The big golden bull.
Oh,
that they used to torture people in back in the day, some crazy stuff like that, or something like that. I don't know, something cool, like some cool set pieces from back in the day. You know, something that would go with them pretty well.
Yeah. And I do want to do like a nativity set, but I have to unlock the female buck first, obviously.
And that's at 300,000. So let's.
No, I think that actually the female buck was 250.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the Goliath was like 3 or 310 or something like that.
Okay.
And honestly, you know, for the levels, it was only 5,000 between each figure, which isn't really a lot at all, to be honest. Other Kickstarters could be 10, 15, 20,000 between figures, you know?
Yeah.
But they're also usually like a lot of additional tooling. So mine are pretty good in that regard, which is why using the buck body helps out, you know, trying to keep the cost low. Trying to keep the production costs low and trying to keep the prices low, you know.
Well, what's cool is with the soft goods, it completely hides the underneath body, so it looks like every figure looks completely different. And then you add on the armor, and that's a whole new element.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell Chris knows what he's doing because he's been doing it for a while. So
learn from the horseman,
right? And then the number one question I was proposed was just other religions, like a Ganesh or a Buddha or you know, something of that nature. Obviously, that would probably be later on, if anything. But
yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I used to collect some of the I think was it Revel Tech, and they did a lot of the oh gosh, the Japanese kind of gods for the Revoltech figures, and those are cool. So doing something like that would definitely be cool. Whether it's like different cultures, but it's also hard because it's hard to find the right audience for it. Like you can have a handful of people, but it's not going to translate to the sales that you want in order to pay for tooling. That's the toughest part.
Those are going to require way more tooling because those bodies are all
they're all different. Yeah, true.
Like Ganesh, big old body, Shiva, 6 arms. Like how are you gonna,
Yep.
So if you want a Ganesh, just get the 7th Kingdom from Four Horsemen.
Yeah, right.
Good luck with that.
And you can just call him your guy. But no, definitely, man, it's just really cool. Once again, I know I said it a lot. I hope everyone's happy with the answers that they got. He's just starting this, so give it time. Who knows what can grow from it? As long as we support it and back it and blow it up, there's no limit to what Chris can do. I'm pretty sure you agree with me, right, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, matter of fact, I mean, I can't do it without the support of the people that want it because, number one, they help to get it made, and if nobody's buying it, I'm not selling it. You know what I mean? It's that's just the way it is. I can make it and nobody can buy it, and then I'll be living in a house full of boxes. But it's been, like I said, the support's been great, and I have a lot of ideas for what I want to do next. If we don't get to unlock the female and the Goliath, I might just do a Kickstarter of blanks for the male, female, and Goliath. Unfortunately, there have been 1 or 2 Kickstarters like that, and those turned into non-fulfilled Kickstarters, for lack of a better word.
So I know what you're talking about.
That does leave a bad taste in people's mouth, but that's the thing that I promote about myself is obviously I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm in the industry. This is what I'm doing currently. There's no way you're not getting your product short of the world coming to an end. You know what I mean? Like, this is my job.
Which that is Revelations. Hold on.
I
can tell you when that's going to happen. But
far, far away.
Yeah. So you won't get your figures if that happens.
Yeah. So if you start hearing the trumpet sounding, then forget it.
Well, in California, they're already sounding. We got we're about to flood right off the map.
Oh no, California and Florida.
Right,
they're used to it though.
Yeah, I'm in Florida. He's in California, so
they got boats. They got kayaks. They got crocodiles. They'll make it out one way or another.
Yeah, I'll ride a crocodile out of here.
Jump on the croc.
I did have one more question. With the Goliath figures, other than Goliath, who else would you, or what other kind of characters would you do on that body?
So right now there's 3. I have 3 ideas. There's obviously David and Goliath. It would be a 2-pack. Then there's Samson and Delilah. That would be a 2-pack. The other thing that I would want to do would be a God figure based off of the painting at the Sistine Chapel with God and Adam with the finger
touching hands.
I think like that would be really cool. Like you have 2 heads, one with the flowy hair and beard, and then one just kind of standard.
I thought it'd be cool to just have a big box with nothing in it and just put God. Right.
You'd be
that might make some people mad.
Well, people say they don't know what God looks like, so that would be like the perfect thing, like or a mirror, like inside where it's like God is inside of you. Something.
But you know what though? But if I did do that, the painting one, it goes with my theme.
Yes, true.
So you know what I mean? It's just I'm just using artwork.
Is there anything you want to get out there or say that you haven't said yet?
Spread it.
Platform.
Spread the good word, my man. Yeah. Everybody just keep sharing. My
definitely
mostly my Instagram is what I'm on the most. So D13_toys.
Yeah, don't go to Biblical Adventures. That's not him.
Is there one?
Yeah, I found that out the hard way. I looked you up at Biblical Adventures when I was gonna post, and I was like, "Wait, this is not Chris." Like D13 Toys stuff. Yeah.
Look on Instagram.
They don't have like any followers, so maybe you should hit them up and try to take the they pull the name from them or something.
Actually, yes, I do. I think I do remember that. That was on Instagram, right?
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah.
Let me see. I think I did see them once before, and I did send them a message, but I didn't hear anything. Let me say adventures. Yes, I do remember that one.
Because I went to make a post and I was like, biblical. I was like, wait, that doesn't even look right. I was like, I feel like he would have like biblical adventures as his like
Yeah.
PFP, you know.
I see a couple people that have connected with that one that I know, and yeah, that's incorrect. So yeah. I did.
Go there. D13 Toys.
Yeah, I did email them once, so but they never messaged me back. Whatever. Nothing I can do about it.
So D13 Toys, Biblical Adventures on Kickstarter. If you're on Kickstarter, you probably already got the notification for this, but now you know that like it's legit, not one of these fly-by-night campaigns. So
no. You're gonna get your
legitimately worked for NECA and currently working for Four Horsemen, so he knows his way around some plastic. Let's just put it at that.
Put out Plunderlings, put out Boglins, put out Eagle Force, put out Space Force, put out what else did I put out? A bunch of other stuff coming that I can't say. Yeah, I'm all over the place.
All good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, like
here I got a little passage I'd like to read. Luke 6:31, and as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. Which means that if you had a Kickstarter, you would want someone to back it. So back this Kickstarter. Okay,
that's true.
You want to others as you want done unto you. So back a Kickstarter,
please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please and thanks.
Well, thanks again, Chris. It's nice meeting you. It's been great talking to you.
Appreciate it.
Is there anybody else you want to shout out? Maybe anybody who's had a part in your campaign, Kickstarter, helping you make it?
That's a long list.
Maybe just a few people. Maybe like the big ones.
Oh, man. Let's see. I have to say Bill, Jeremy, Nate, Sherry, Cameron, Four Horsemen, Joel.
Don't forget Jesus Christ.
Well, you know, as I had on my table, pending licensor approval. I got the licensor approval, so thank you.
Awesome, Chris. Well, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time.
Hope we can reach these stretch goals. All right.
Let's do it.
Go. I'll pray on
it. Thanks.
And thanks, Seth, for coming back and hosting this interview. We appreciate having you.
Of course,
having the OG here.
Wouldn't have missed it for the world. So.
All right. Well, you guys all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you a little later with another interview on the Geek Out Show. So see you then.
Until next time, stay geeked up and geek out.
Peace.